Zen Buddhism developed out of the introduction of Buddhism into Japan in about the 8th century, I believe. Zen Buddhism is different from other forms of Buddhism, I believe, although the goals are the same, I imagine, in that Zen Buddhism tends to be a bit more austere than, say, for example, Tibetan Buddhism, which is quite beautiful, but a good deal more colorful and narratively rich. Zen Buddhism is a practice that is also, and in the popular mind, and correctly so, associated with various martial arts and other things, in which the practice of the martial art, or the arrangement of the flowers, or the preparation and presentation of the tea, are seen as done in the spirit of Zen, which is really just to say the spirit of the universe that is emerging at every moment, and that we either can go with more or less smoothly or can resist. Zen would like us to go with it more smoothly. And that's largely by accepting what is. And one practices this mostly in Zen meditation. We have the image of the Zen master and the Zen students sitting austerely on a meditation pillow with their spines exactly straight and staring in front of them. And that's true enough. But we don't need to be quite that particular about it. I, for example, have a bad back. And when I was younger, I could sit Zen but on a pillow, but now I can't. Age has had its effect on me, and I sit in a chair. A different aspect of Zen meditation, unlike yoga meditation and a good deal of Tibetan Buddhist meditation, is that you keep your eyes open and focused on a spot in front of you. The feeling is that if your eyes are closed, it invites so many images within you that it can be confusing. Whereas if you are simply focused on a point in front of you, there will probably be fewer images that arise to engage. This brings us to another very important point about Zen. In a sense, you can't do anything wrong. You observe what comes up for you when you are staring at this point in front of you. The thing that comes up for you may be fabulous. The thing that comes up for you may be horrific. The thing that comes up for you may be something you're indifferent about, or something that you really want, or something that you'd really like to avoid, or just you're shopping for the afternoon when you're done meditating. What Zen invites us to do is to let these things arise, observe them, and let them go. There's no difference, really, between a feeling of horror and a feeling of joy, except that they're different kinds of energy, but they're both energy. And Zen invites us to look at both of them as such, and in that way detach from them. This doesn't really lead to detachment in a certain sense, however, as much as it leads to fuller engagement with what is going on in the world and the world around you, because you are not judging it, you are not pulled one way or another by it, but can simply and compassionately be part of it. So let's try a very basic meditation. There are many ways to do it. You can use a mantra. I prefer just to count. I count on the in-breath, and I count on the out-breath, and I count to 10. That's to say, in-breath 1, out-breath 1. In-breath 2, out-breath 2. In a steady, easy way. You might find that you've lost track of counting. No problem. Just go back and start again. You may find that you've gone to the number 15. No problem. Just go back and start again. You may also find, and I'm pretty sure you will find, that as you count, your thoughts come up and start racing around. Zen doesn't ask you to just make them still and make them quiet, because that would be force. That's not yielding. Zen simply asks you to watch them, let them go, and then return to your breath. I sometimes think of it as puppies, thoughts as puppies. When you meditate, you will become more aware of how much your thoughts race in every moment, and all the scripts and dialogues and tensions and condemnations and hopes and lusts and wonderful things as well are coming up in you at every moment. You will be surprised. Zen monks say that our thoughts are like a bunch of chattering, drunken monkeys. The idea, my image of the thoughts as puppies, is just to gently bring them back. You don't train a puppy by slapping it or hitting it violently. You train it simply by constantly bringing it lovingly back. So when I'm meditating and I realize I'm spinning off on a thought, I just bring it back, return to my breathing and counting. So let's try this. Sit, if you like. Maybe just for starters, sit in a chair, a straight back chair, with your back comfortably straight. Pick a place in front of you. In Zen meditation, it's best if the wall in front of you is blank and you find a spot there, or I put a dot there that keeps me focused on that. And let me illustrate for you how a meditation would go, and then let's try one together. So you sit in a straight back chair. Keep your back comfortably straight. Normally, my hands would be much lower than this, more down around my belly button and abdomen, but to show you, I'll raise them. This is called a mudra, which is simply to say a formal positioning of the hands. There are many mudras. I like this one. It's just my favorite for whatever reason. And let's then practice, but I'll put my hands back down to where they would normally be. And before we practice, let me show you how it would go. One, in breath, in breath, in breath, hold. One, out breath, out breath, out breath, hold. Two, in breath, in breath, in breath. Oh my gosh, I forgot to pay the electricity bill. Are they going to shut it off? I've got it. Oh, there's one of the puppies wandering away. So I bring it back again. Two, in breath, in breath, in breath. Two, out breath, breathe. Three, in breath. Oh, I forgot to grade those papers. Holy cow. My students are going to be so angry at me. Now they'll be, well, wait a second. There's the puppy again. Okay. Gather it gently in. Two, out breath, three, and so on. I simply do this process until the number 10. Start again. You'll find that if you do this kind of thing 10 minutes a day, it'll make quite a positive difference in your life. It never fails, in my experience. 20 minutes is even better. 30 minutes is great. Serious meditators will meditate at least an hour a day. You might think, my gosh, what I could be doing in that hour, it'll make me so much less efficient. What I find is that it makes me more efficient. My mind is not so clouded or gotten off track by these puppies, and I can be so much more efficient and clear and, I hope, compassionate with the rest of the time that by the end of the day I've accomplished a lot more if I meditate than if I hadn't.